morning. This is the first of a series of lessons on cell biology. Here we'll be looking at eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells. The learning objectives is to describe the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells, to describe the structure of a bacterial, plant, and an animal cell, and to compare a plant and an animal cell. This is pitched to the AQA, OCR, and Edexcel GCSE specification, even though it will be suitable for all secondary school curriculums. We start off by looking at eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells have a membrane-bound nucleus. They have a mitochondria and so can produce energy through respiration. Prokaryotic cells do not have a membrane-bound nucleus. Their DNA is exposed. They have no mitochondria. They absorb energy from their surrounding. They have a plasmid, which is a loop of DNA, and they have a flagellum. If you have more than one, that's a flagella, which enables them to move. We look at parts of a bacterial cell. A bacterial cell has a cell wall, which strengthens and protects the cell. It has a slimy capsule, which also helps protect the cell. It has a cytoplasm. This is where chemical reactions take place. It has a plasmid, which is a loop of DNA. It has a flagellum, which enables the bacteria to move. And it has the DNA, which contains the genetic information that controls the activities of the cell. Now we look at parts of a plant and an animal cell. Both cells have a cell membrane. This is semi-permeable and controls what goes in and out of the cell. They have a mitochondria. This is where respiration takes place to produce energy. They have a nucleus, which contains the DNA and controls the activities of the cell. They have the cytoplasm, which is a jelly-like structure where chemical reactions take place. Plant cell has a chloroplast, which contains chlorophyll and absorbs sunlight for photosynthesis. It also has a cell wall, which contains cellulose, which helps strengthen and protect the cell. It has a vacuole, which contains cell sap and help controls the size of the cell. If it absorbs a lot of water, the cell becomes turgid. If it loses a lot of water, the cell becomes flaccid. Even though ribosome is not labeled for both cells have ribosomes. This is where protein is made or protein is synthesized. Now we compare plant and an animal cell. They both have a nucleus, they have cell membrane, they have a cytoplasm, they have ribosomes, and they have mitochondria. However, plant cell has cell wall, animal cells doesn't. Plant cells have a permanent vacuole, animal cells don't. Plant cells have a chloroplast, animal cells don't. Let's finish off with this preliminary quiz. Take a moment for each question. Prokaryotes are unicellular. That is true. Plant cells have cell wall, but animal cells don't. That is true. Respiration takes place in the ribosome. That is false. Respiration takes place in the mitochondria. Protein synthesis is what takes place in the ribosome. The flagellum is a loop of DNA. That is false. The loop of DNA is the plasmid. The flagellum enables the bacterial cell to move. The vacuole contains cell sap, which controls the size of the cell. That is true. Photosynthesis takes place in the chloroplast. That is true. Eukaryotes have their DNA exposed. That is false. They have a membrane-bound nucleus. Fungi are prokaryotes. That is false. The nucleus controls the activities of the cell. That is true. Prokaryotes are smaller than eukaryotes. That is true. See you in the next